Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for joining me in this live section. So guys, what is happening in this country? What kind of government do we have? What kind of government is this? A time when Nigerians are battling with hunger, insecurity, flood. The president is on a leisure trip to Brazil, guys. P2B has criticized Tinubu's vacation. P2B is not keeping silent at all. He is calling it what he described as irresponsible, tone deaf, and completely insensitive to the nation's sufferings. Something like this is happening. The country is boiling, and Tinubu jetted out of Nigeria to Brazil. And it's not that he was going to when he's going to talk about Nigeria, to bring positive change to Nigeria. No, he went for a personal vacation, and of course, presidency have defended him. How can the president leave the country at this time that so many people are displaced? Look at about 3,000 children are in IDP camp in Edo State, and at this time, Nigerians are battling with hunger, insecurity, floods, and despair. President Tinubu is on a leisure trip to Brazil. P2B is not keeping silent. He's calling it what he described as irresponsible, tone deaf, and completely insensitive to the nation's suffering. Now, P2B have sent his message. Like, it's only this government that doesn't, or let's say Nigerian governments don't regard people. They don't care about the people. They don't care about the welfare of citizens in this country. They don't care. Imagine this time that hunger is buying a lot of people. People's life are being claimed. These bad guys are destroying everywhere, causing violence and chaos. Is it the right time for Tinubu to start holidaying? Is it the right time that Tinubu needs to leave the country for personal vacation when the country is boiling, the country is under siege? Almost all the states in this country is under siege, and then the president still left the country to evacuated the country to go and enjoy in Brazil, guys. So now, in a powerful and emotional statement released on Saturday via his verified X account, former Labour Party presidential candidate P2B openly criticized President Bola Tinubu's latest international trip. The statement titled, "No, Mr. President, this is not the time for holidaying." This is what Tinubu said. This is what P2B said, sorry. He said this is not the time for holidaying. Why is it at this time when the country is under siege, when everybody is lamenting of hunger, insecurity, the president, the only thing he will do is to leave the country? When his country is boiling, he's going to another man's state or another man's country to enjoy, when his people are suffering and lamenting of hunger and hardship, of high cost of living. People are lamenting instead of to fix things. Stay in your country and fix things. No. Tinubu sees this period to be a good time for holidaying, and P2B is not keeping silent. P2B is not keeping silent. So P2B titled his statement as, "No, Mr. President, this is not the time for holidaying." So P2B expressed frustration and shock at what he described as the government's misplaced priorities. Here's what Obi said in his plain statement. He said, "People are dying, people are starving, people are living in fear. How can our president be going on vacation at this time like this?" I'll take that again. This is what P2B said in his words. He said, "People are dying, people are starving, people are living in fear. How can our president, how can Tinubu be going on vacation at this time like this?" Obi made it clear. He said this is not about politics. This is not about leadership. He said this is not about politics. This is about leadership and the failure of those in power to lead with compassion, urgency, and common sense. Imagine a time you're supposed to be in your country and fix things. The president is seen going from one country to another, while his people are lamenting, crying of high cost of living. People are dying of starvation. Some people don't eat at all. That's how bad the country is. Yes, some starve themselves. Some people are now committing suicide because they are frustrated. No food to eat, Many people are living in fear, even in their own privacy, in their own house. These bad guys can come and buy you. Many people are living in fear. Go to the north, they can't even move around, or the people in the north are running from their homes because of these bad guys. These bad guys openly come out to warn the communities to evacuate, and the president is not doing anything about it. Rather, he will want to leave the country for holidaying when his people are living in fear, when his people are dying of this attack by these bandits. Many people are, starving. That's to tell you, this is not common sense at all. This is not common sense at all. Tell me the president that will do this kind of thing. Everywhere is boiling. The president is dancing in another man's country. What kind of president is this? So now, according to a statement from Tinubu's media aide Bayo Onunaga, the president left Nigeria on Saturday, June 28, 2025, for a state visit to Saint Lucia in the Cambrian Saint Lucia. From there, he will proceed to Brazil for the 17th BRICS Summit on July 6th and 7th. But here is the problem. Saint Lucia, Saint Lucia's Prime Minister Philip J confirmed that only 2 days, June 30th and July 1st, are allocated for official duties. The rest of the visit is a personal vacation. So Obi asked the obvious question: how can a president who just returned from a Lagos holiday take another break while Nigeria is sinking? We need to ask this question. Like, what kind of president is this that goes around doing nothing, spends Nigerians' money on trip, doing nothing? Look at what is happening. Nigeria is at the brink of collapsing, and then the president is going from one state, one country to another. President Tinubu just came back from Lagos holiday, and then he has also jetted to Brazil. In fact, from Saint Lucia, he's going to go to Brazil. What is the positive change? What is the positive change in this trip? Nigeria, after all this trip, wasting billions of naira, there is no positive change. Nigeria still remains the same, even gets worse. So now over 200 people have died and 700 plus are still missing after a deadly flood in Minna, Niger State. This thing is happening in this country. Look at the things that is happening, and the president doesn't care. Rather, he moves from one country to another. Flying. Do you know this the money spent in Tinubu's trip? If you put it in Nigeria's economy, there will be a change. There will be a change. I've told you this thing time without number. That Nigeria is not poor. It's because of the people we have. They are incompetent leaders. They waste money on unnecessary things. If the money they lavish, if they use it to do important things, there will be change in this country. How can a president be coming back from a Lagos holiday and then immediately he goes for another one? Immediately. Why Nigeria is sinking? Over 200 people have died, and 700 plus are still missing after a deadly flood in Minna, Niger State. The president cannot say let him travel to Niger State to visit these displaced people, at least to compensate those that lost their loved ones. He cannot, but he can travel from Brazil to Lagos, or from Lagos to Brazil. That's the kind of leader we have in this country. People that don't care about citizens, they don't care about the people, they don't care about the welfare of the people in this country. So now, in the Benue State too, you guys know that one, the Yelewata attack that claimed 200 lives. In Benue State, more than 200 lives were lost in a violent attack. Guys, you can see the number of people that die every day. Yes, in Tinubu's 2 years, millions of people have died just in 2 years. 2 years of Tinubu. He keeps going. He is not even bothered that his term, people have died. A lot of people have. He's not bothered. But the only thing he's concentrated on is flying from one country to another, while his country is sinking. Inflation is rising, food scarcity, the street is unsafe. The street is unsafe. Look at our farmers are being killed by terrorists. Food scarcity, inflation is rising, and the president doesn't care. He's out of the country. Millions of Nigerians don't know where their next meal will come from. Millions of Nigeria don't know where their next meal will. Do you know how many drop out of school children that we have just in the north? Do you know how many in the southwest? Do you know thousands of children that dropped out of school? So many families don't know where their next meal will come from. That's to tell you how poor Nigeria is. And Tinubu has borrowed more than past presidents. But look at how Nigeria, no positive change at all. No change. Ever since Tinubu became the president of Nigeria, Nigeria has, gotten bad. Like Nigeria has, in fact, it's moving to disaster. Should we talk about insecurity? Should we talk about high cost of living? Should we talk about inflation? Once something goes up, it never comes down in the market. It never comes down. Amid all this, where is the president? 200 people were killed, or 200 people died in a deadly flood. 700 plus are still missing after a deadly flood in Minna, Niger State. And in Benue State, more than 200 lives were lost in a violent attack by terrorists. Inflation is rising, food is scarce, and the streets are unsafe. Millions of Nigeria don't know where their next meal will come from. And where is the president? Where is the president? He's in Brazil, and his country is under siege. Obi claimed this behavior as a clear sign of detachment and lack of empathy from the nation's highest office. Obi didn't stop at his word. He gave powerful comparison to show how ridiculous this situation is. Can you imagine what's happening? The kind St. Lucia has a land area of 617 kilometer square and a population of about 180 people. Meanwhile, Mina alone is 10 times bigger and has over 500,000 people. Makodi, which the president once visited after public pressure, is 3 times the size of St. Lucia. So why is the president finding time for foreign beaches, but not the scene of tragedy in his own country? Obi warned that Nigeria is becoming a country where the leaders live in luxury while the ordinary citizens suffer in silence. Because they cannot talk. When you talk, they will arrest them. Nigeria is not a war officially. Nigeria is not at war officially, but we have lost more than countries that are at war. We have lost more people than many countries that are at war. Yes. This is to tell you that people die every time. This is not the time for leisure trips. It's time to lead from the front. He also pointed fingers at the government's obsession with 2027 election. The government, they are just so obsessed about this election. Something that is in 2 years' time. The government already in 2020, in fact, they started talking about it in 2024, if not 2025. Started talking about 2027 election. They are so obsessed. People are dying. The only thing they are talking about is the election. How many of the energy is being spent on politics survivor instead of national survivor? Obi said that Nigeria's resources belongs to all, not to a few. Nigeria's resources belong to all, not to a few. The government must start prioritizing the poor. Leadership must come with sacrifice, not vacation. That's just it. That is what Tinubu doesn't know. Traveling from one country to another, is it going to solve the problem of Nigeria? You're wasting money. You're wasting billions of naira on unnecessary trip that doesn't bring any positive change. Wasting money. Leadership doesn't come or must not come, or it comes with sacrifice, no vacation. He should stop traveling out. Tinubu just knows how to travel. He doesn't even travel within his country. The last time Peter B mentioned this statement, he said that he should leave a foreign trip and
Travel within his country and see how people are dying. See what hunger is doing to people. Travel to different states and meet your people. Do you know that all these attack by bad guys, people that lost their loved ones, he can't even travel to compensate them. Then he went to Yellow Water is just camouflage. I keep on saying it. Because people are not panicking. Foreigners are not even panicking for now. That's why he had to go there. If not, the president that I know won't go there. That's to tell you the kind of country we are in. So in a time when Nigerians are begging for leadership, P2B has spoken out for the people. This isn't just about one trip. It's about a pattern of detachment, a pattern of elitism, a pattern of insensitivity. If you believe Nigeria deserves better leadership, Tinubu should stop going from one place to another. Tinubu should stop moving from one place to another. P2B has, um, P2B has condemned Tinubu's vacation because this is not a time for leisure trip. Now, the presidency have even supported him, saying that he went for important meetings. He went for important meetings, something that can, bring positive change to Nigeria. Now, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is in Saint Lucia. The presidency calls it strategic, but Nigerians are asking, what has really changed from all these endless foreign trips? This is what Nigerians are asking. What has changed? He goes to Brazil, he goes to France, he goes to this. What has changed in this his endless foreign trip? Why citizens are grappling with food price, poor outrages, and insecurity? The president is enjoying in red carpets in Saint Lucia. According to his media Adebayo Onunaga, the visit is to strengthen ancestral and diplomatic ties between Nigeria and St. Lucia. They say it promotes African unity, cultural exchange, and regional cooperation under something called the sixth region of the African Union. So they say it's about reconnecting with long lost cousins and signing papers we never see the result of. My dear, this country is finished. So now, Nigerians are not fool. That one thing that these people should know, or the president should know, is it's not about coming out to tell us that he went there for an important visit. Nigerians are not fools. How many of these diplomatic trips have actually changed anything back home? How many? We need to be asking this Onunaga. Every time Tinubu travels, he wants to come and defend. He will not just say the truth. He wants to come and defend. That's one thing you need to know about. That's one thing about Tinubu government. Even when Shetima and Tinubu left, when the law says that it's not good for two people that are leading the country to leave at once, at least one should stay. But two of them left, and this same Onunaga came to support them. Nigerians are not fooled. How many of these diplomatic trips have actually changed anything back home? We have seen countless foreign trips since 1999. Yet, power supply is still, there's still outrage in the country. Minimum wage can't buy food. Please, the kind minimum wage, can you survive with it? 70,000 naira. What can it do? Is it even enough to transport you to your working place? Is it enough? What of people that have families, people that have children? Is it enough for school fees? Who pays 70,000 naira for school fees now? Can 70,000 naira buy you, something that can last you, that can last for you up to a week? You can imagine what's happening in the country. Minimum wage can't buy food. The naira continues to fall. Hospitals have no basic drugs. As she still goes on strike, insecurity is spreading. Presidents come, they travel, and they go. But the common man remains stuck in poverty. President, they travel, they go. People are dying. People are dying of poverty. People are even committing suicide. But the president doesn't care. They claim St. Lucia is important because Nigerian ancestry and potential economic ties. But we ask, where is the economic benefit from past trip in China, France, Dubai, Qatar, and now at St. Lucia? I'm asking the Onunaga. They claim the trip is important because of Nigerian ancestry and potential economic ties. Now, where is the economic benefit from past trip to China, to France, to Dubai, to Qatar, and now in St. Lucia? Where? Where is it? Where is the economic benefit? Is it developmental diplomacy or just diplomatic terrorism? Tinubu is set to give a speech, attend receptions, and tour a college in St. Lucia. Meanwhile, students in Nigeria are reading under leaking roof and empty stomachs. Lucia is going to tour schools, give speech. Like, what example? What example are you even giving or showing? What example are you showing? You want to give a speech in school in St. Lucia when in Nigeria students are reading under leaking roofs. An environment that is not conducive, reading with empty stomach. But Tinubu is going to tour colleges in St. Lucia and give a speech. What kind of speech does he? What kind of example is he even showing? What kind of speech do you want to give? This isn't just about Tinubu. It is the same political pattern Nigerians have seen for decades. Talk of investment, but no investment arrive. They talk about investment, but no investment. MOU after MOU, but no job creation. Summits have summits attended, but no results at home. This is what we are seeing in Nigeria. Summits are attended, but no result at home. You can fly around the world, but if your people are hungry, hopeless, and homeless, you have failed. That's the truth. You can fly around the world, but if your people are hungry, are hopeless, and homeless, you have failed as a leader, as a president. Yes, you have failed. Nigerians are tired on the streets, on social media, and even within political circles. The question is getting louder. Is this how to lead a country in crisis? Why not sit at home and fix our economy first? Why spend money we don't have on trip that gives us nothing? People are tired of protesting. People have gone out to protest, they arrest them. We have ranted on social media, they will arrest us because IGP said whenever you criticize a leader, they will arrest you. We have done all these things and then nothing. What kind of weapon do we have again? Which tool do the people have again? It's not protest. Protest is the most important tool that the people have. But at this point, you don't have it again. What are we going to do? What do we do in this country? Whenever you go out to protest, they will throw tear gas at you, to open firearms at you. Do you know people that have lost their life in protest? Do you know how many that have been arrested? People that are still in prison till now since August last year. The End Bad Governance protests. Do you know how many people that are still in prison? What do we do as citizens to stop all this nonsense? Nigerians are tired on the streets, on social media, and even within political circles. The question, they're asking is this how to lead a country in crisis? Why not sit at home and fix our economy first? Why spend money we don't have on trip that doesn't give us that gives us nothing? When a country is bleeding, the leader shouldn't be dancing in another land. That's just the truth. When a country is bleeding, the leader should not be dancing in another land. Let's be clear, international relations are important. That's one thing. But when leadership prioritizes When leadership priorities don't reflect the suffering of the people, they become an insult. Tinubu St. Lucia trip might impress elites, but for millions of Nigerians living in hardship, it's just another distraction. International trip is very important as well in a country. But when those trip doesn't even bring anything, when they waste money unnecessarily, it's now a waste of time and money. This is just another waste of taxpayer money. This is just another waste of money. This is just a way, they used to waste Nigerians' money. Look at what is happening all over the world. Now let's take a look at this article. It says Tinubu shouldn't be holidaying. PWB condemns St. Lucia trip. Labour Party leader and former presidential candidate Peter Obi has criticized President Bola Tinubu's planned trip to St. Lucia, describing it as poorly timed and lacking in sensitivity, especially amid Nigeria's deepening economic and security challenges. Tinubu is expected to leave Nigeria on Saturday for St. Lucia and is also scheduled to attend the upcoming BRICS summit in Brazil. In a post shared on X, formerly Twitter, on Saturday, Obi expressed dismay over the president's trip, questioning the state's governance in the country. Obi argued that Tinubu's trip highlights a pattern of misplaced priorities by the administration, particularly at a time when citizens are grappling with widespread hunger and insecurity. What I have seen and witnessed in the last 2 years have left me in shock. This is what Obi is saying about poor governance, delivery, and apparent channeling of energy into politics and and satisfaction of the elites, while the masses in our midst are languishing in want, Obi stated. He lamented the toll of rising insecurity across Nigeria, pointing out the country's deteriorating safety situation. So in the past 2 years, this is what we'll be saying. Nigeria has lost many people to all sorts of criminality than a country that is officially at war. Without any, Nigeria is not at war, but we have lost so many people. Nigeria ranks amongst the most insecure places in the world. Nigerians are hungrier, and most people do not know where their next meal will come from. Obi said he was stunned when he learned of the president's travel. He was stunned when he learned of the president's travel plans, especially following what he described as a recent holiday in Lagos. So Obi said that President Tinubu actually came back from Lagos and then immediately he's going to another country again. Came back from holiday, Lagos holiday, and immediately he's going to another country. He said with such a gory picture of one's country, you can imagine my bewilderment when I saw a news release from the presidency announcing that President Bola Tinubu is departing Nigeria today for a visit to St. Lucia for a visit to St. Lucia. So Peter B has strongly condemned. Look at what is happening all over the world, and they don't care. They don't care of what's happening in Nigeria. They don't care. As a matter of fact, people like I shared in my last live section. See what the military are doing, but the president is not saying anything about it. Look at the way Fulani people are ravaging and invading Nigeria, but nothing has been done. Take a look at what this man said about insecurity in the country and the way Fulanis are entering these different states in Nigeria. People are people are hungry, hunger is killing people, but still nothing has been done. They are just silent. Tinubu is silent to everything.
If we don't get angry with this thing, it will not get away. There is a proverb in my place that if you have rashes on your buttocks and you are covering it, the thing will continue to fester. But when you expose it, shame will not allow you to stay there, it will go away. Why is it that each time Tinubu want to address this, he will not mention names? You may not till now, Tinubu does not know who is causing this problem in Nigeria. Up till now, they don't know. Up till now, they don't know. They don't call them out. I expected Tinubu to call all the Fulani leaders, to call their people to order. That is the way to go. Buhari is there. He knows all these things. He kept quiet. If Nigerians were to be killing Fulani the way they are killing other people, wouldn't Buhari talk? Esther, wouldn't Buhari talk? They kept quiet because they are the one killing other people. You heard all the statements they have made concerning Benue, especially telling Benue people they must do this before peace can reign. Imagine terrorists giving condition in Nigeria where Tinubu is the president.
He said so because we killed 200 people in Benue State, and so what? Is that why you people are crying and complaining? You are going to social crying and complaining. You are going to social media to complain. What you saw is just small. You people have been writing that you will chase Fulani out of Benue State.
Yeah, that one is rubbish.
But now you are the ones crying. How many of our cows were killed? How many of our people were killed in the bushes and in the Aruga settlements that you are crying over the killing of mere 200 people? So what? You have not seen anything yet. Almighty. I can kill 150 for one of my cows killed. For me, it's an eye for an eye. If you offend me, I don't wait. I take my vengeance immediately. I have stopped thinking twice. I don't forgive or forget. You do me, I revenge as a Fulani of the forest. Killing a human being who offends me or kills my cow is nothing to me. There is no killing that is difficult for me to carry out to avenge my cow or any wrong done to me. We have not even started, and you people are crying already. You will soon see what we are going to do.
He even added something. He said the Fulanis are not government. He said Fulanis are not government. Maybe if government doesn't want to take action, they themselves, they don't waste time. Esther, thank God you are reading this thing now. Nigerians, you can see what we are talking about. You can see. I told him the true story. That is farmer header class. What kind of farmer header class?
They are still running with that narrative.
Can you just imagine? All because the president said it himself. That is farmer header class.
President, did you know that 11 states, because of the resurgence and in killing spree across the nation, 11 states are taking steps to commence ranching as a way to address the age-long violent clashes.
That is not the problem. I told you here, that thing will not work. Esther, even if you give these people a sort of to rear their cattle, they will not agree. That is not what they want. I told Tinubu here when they started this cattle, whatever, ranch, it will not work. That's not what they want.
Are you sure? But the states that are ready to commence the ranching are Lagos. Wait, listen, Lagos, Plateau, Ondo, Zamfara, Bauchi, Delta, Niger, Kano, Jigawa, Nasarawa, and Anambra states. They said the development comes against the surge in killings in Benue and Plateau communities linked to armed headers because of the killings of over 200 persons last week. So, Barrister, this ranching has been something that has been touted since the administration of Muhammadu Buhari. But the fear is that when you give these individuals opportunities to ranch, they take over the settlements.
Have I not told you that that's not what they want?
So why?
Listen very well. During Buhari, when they were pretending to gullible Nigeria that they want to solve the problem, Niger State said they should come and all the land, whatever they need, they provide it. It happened. I discussed it. Kano State said they should come if they are looking for land. Because that was the first thing they started making noise, that they need land, no place. Kiniko. I said, look at these people, pretenders. Esther, they are, at least Niger State is on the temperate region. It's not in the desert or whatever. So whatever you want to do there, Esther, Niger State is the size of the entire Southwest. Can you just imagine? South, come. Esther, did they listen to them? Did they listen to them? I'm asking you. So if land is their problem, this one that they are offered to them on a platter of gold. Kogi State did the same thing. Kogi State is the size of the entire Southeast. Esther, I hope you are listening to me.
I'm listening to you, sir.
Kogi State is the size of the entire Southeast of 5 states. So what land are you looking for? You cannot find in this place, Esther. Please tell me. Is the Kogi State in the desert? No, tell me. To tell you that these people are pretenders, I can use it to build a new city for Fulanis. So that whether you are a Fulani man from the moon, from the outer space, from wherever, from inner Mongolia, outside Mongolia, if you enter Nigeria, you go there. Since they are your people, you can be comfortable there without any problem. Esther, I made that suggestion here. that Buhari have the opportunity, since they listen to him, go and do this. You have enough like to rehabilitate these people. Esther, did anybody listen to me? No. Hey. So why do you think that this ranching? What are you talking about? The agenda is temple. Look at what somebody said with his mouth. Only not for what he did. They almost killed the autumn in the same Benue, a governor, elected governor, and they come out to tell you how they did it. Yet no arrest was made. Esther, no arrest. Oh my! Look, look. You see these people. The way they are doing this, they will cause problem, Esther. I'm not joking. No. Collect their village, collect their farmland, and rename the village. The most anointed from Nigeria, at least the securities you have told us to. They said that these people are not from Nigeria. So what are you doing, Esther? What are they doing? You can see how Tinubu is going to win 2027, Abi. That you allow people to come into Nigeria and be killing Nigerians, and you want those Nigerians to come and vote for you in 2027. How can that be? Esther, how can that be? With this level of insecurity, Tinubu is still campaigning for 2027. Is it possible? No, tell me, is it possible? These are the things that make other leaders in other countries resign from office. You don't need to be told. You don't resign on your own because you have failed. You have failed. How can you go for
ranching be established in their own home base?
I am telling you.
When you set up a ranching facility, water, the feedstock, everything is provided there by the state government. I'm sorry to say this. I know that everyone has the freedom to move from one location to the other. Must they reside in other cities, in other states?
Esther, look,
do they have to travel across board?
Look, discussing this matter is very annoying on its own.
No, we have to, Barrister Darlington, because tomorrow you hear of another killing. You can hear one of them who came on social media to boast. I'm expecting that the DSS will drill this individual and not just go and catch innocent Nigerians because the president has given you a timeline. Without proper security, Barrister Darlington, your economy will definitely not thrive. That one is for sure. And not with the external situation going on now with Israel, Iran, the US. Obviously, we know that Nigeria relies heavily on import. We import a lot of things. So if anything happens that there's going to be a constraint in a disbursing of crude oil or having to import crude oil, there's a volatility in the country. So can we actually afford any of this particular misdemeanor? Can we afford it? What is the immediate solution? Imagine you're advising the president. What should be applied to curtail this? This is wrong. This is bad.
When a man does not want your advice, what he's doing is his mind. Tinubu is after 2027.
You cannot say so.
I said
if you don't have a people, if you don't have a people, what's 2027?
It doesn't matter. 2 people can vote him into office. Two people.
It's not possible.
Apparently,
Nigerians to allow that.
Are you serious? Look at what he said in Benin. Does it mean that Tinubu wants to solve this problem?
They kept saying that he doesn't have the political will to resolve this.
Okay. Am I lying?
So the resurgence has become so incessant. According to them, they feel that there are certain elements who are in the opposition or certain persons who are not happy with him who have decided to create this, they call it a facade of insecurity, so that it will seem like the president is incapable of actually resolving insecurity, which would be a major issue for him in terms of accumulating trust for his campaign in 2027. Now, my question is, if the presidency has realized that indeed there are certain persons whom we don't know, but maybe they know, that are actually trying to defame his administration, is this not an opportunity to take decisive action? Call out this, I'm sure with your security intelligence, what is the fear of calling these individuals out? What is the fear of publicly prosecuting them? If there is any inkling that an individual is named as the one who is galvanizing, why not call them out? Why are you afraid? What is the fear?
Esther, you know God works in a wonderful way. Initially in this country, did they not tell you that Nnamdi Kanu is the problem of Nigeria? Insecurity. In fact, if any husband and wife are fighting in Sokoto, it's Nnamdi Kanu. If 2 farmers are quarreling in Zamfara, it's Nnamdi Kanu and the Igbo people. Is that not what they were telling you here? Now, the truth has come out here. They cannot do anything. Esther, what does that tell you? Were you not here when they were everything is IPOB? Everything is IPOB. Is that not true? Even the answers that the youth came together to challenge police brutality, it was Nnamdi Kanu. Is that not true? Now that these ones have exposed themselves.
So, guys, you heard what that lawyer said. Honestly, look at all these things that is happening in this country, and then it's so appalling to hear that the president has jetted out to Brazil. It's so appalling that he has gone for a personal vacation. With all these things, do you know that people are dying on a daily basis? Do you know people that have lost their life in the flood that happened in Niger State? 300 persons lost their life, and plus 700 persons are still missing. Do you know how many drop out of school children that are still, do you know over 1,000 or plus drop out of school children in the north alone? Imagine Tinubu will go to St. Lucia to give a speech, or go and go for a tour in St. Lucia, in a college in that place, and then imagine him giving a speech in that college, while in Nigeria, students are studying under leaking roof. Some don't have light. They are using torch as their lights. Studying under leaking roof. Some are sitting on the floor to learn. Studying in an environment that is not conducive. Children are studying with empty stomach, but he's going to give a speech. What example are you showing? What kind of speech do you want to give in that college? Nigerians are dying. There's insecurity everywhere. Is it that he's not even ashamed? I don't get. Is it that all this? Why can't you just travel within your country and leave all this foreign trip? Invest that money you're spending on, in Nigeria. See how Nigeria will change. Do you know, if you calculate the total amount of money spent by Tinubu in his trip since he became the president of Nigeria, it's so huge, and it can change Nigeria. This country is not poor. Anybody that say this country is poor doesn't know what he's saying. This country has money, but we have incompetent leaders that cannot use the money well. They will lavish it on things that are irrelevant, things that are not important. Imagine Shetima's house. I cannot forget that one at all. Someone that said that Nigeria is already collapsing when he became president, and you came into office, the first thing you did was to renovate Shetima's house, a house that doesn't need renovation. You said Nigeria was already collapsing when you came in as a president. Instead of you to do things at least that is going to help Nigeria or revive Nigeria, bring happiness, and everything will be normalized in Nigeria. But what Tinubu did was to renovate Shetima's house that doesn't even need renovation, just to make it more comfortable. Why there are some people that have not eaten for days? People are starving. People are living in fear in their own house. Our soldiers are dying because they are not weaponized. But we have the president, we have the military. All these do you know that Nigerians are really suffering because all these things are happening to them at the same time. All these things are happening to them. Insecurity, high cost of living, lack of job. Everything is happening at the same time. People are lamenting. Go to Yamufu, they are protesting that bad guys are buying them. At least use this money you're spending and invest in security matters. You will see, they will chase away. They don't want to stop the killings in Nigeria. They don't want. Fulanis are everywhere. They don't want to talk. And if this attack happened, Tinubu cannot even call these Fulani leaders to order. You will not hear him say anything about Fulani people. But when a Fulani man is down, come and see what will happen. Imagine what's happening in Nigeria. This thing is getting worse. It's getting too much. Every blessed day, people are dying and the president doesn't care. People are dying, the president doesn't care. Rather, you see him flying from one place to another. It's so bad that, this country is under siege, and then the president is in another land dancing. People's life are not regarded. In Nigeria, people's life are not regarded at all. People's life are not regarded. They said he went for trip. How is the foreign trip even helping us? What change? How many of these trips have actually changed anything back home? This is a question we need to be asking Tinubu. All this trip you're going for, spending billions of naira, how many have changed? As a matter of fact, Tinubu just came back from Lagos holiday, and immediately he's already going for this one. From there, he will go to Brazil. How many of these trips they claim is diplomatic trip? How many of them have actually changed anything from home? Back from home or back home? We have seen countless foreign trips, but nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. There's still outrage, no lights. Even in Abuja, no lights. But what was the promise of the president? He said that if he cannot give 24 hours lights, that we should not vote for him in his second term. Minimum wage can't even buy food. Naira continues to fall. Hospitals have no basic drugs. ASUG still goes on strike. Insecurity is spreading. Presidents can't they travel. But the common man remains in poverty, remains stuck in poverty. They claim St. Lucia is important because Nigeria's ancestry and potential economic ties. Then we keep asking ourselves, where is the economic benefit from past trips to China, to France, to Dubai, to Qatar? Where is it? We're not seeing any. They claim it's for the economy. We're not seeing anything in the past trip. Like I said, Tinubu is set to give a speech, attend receptions, and tour a college in St. Lucia. Meanwhile, students are in Nigeria reading under leaking roofs. Some are sitting on the floor because there's no chair. Some don't even have toilets. Some where they defecate is in the bush near their class. People, imagine a citizen like VVDM is not the one doing all these things. Some are still drinking dirty water because they don't have good water to drink. Imagine what's happening in Nigeria. And the president is still, jetting from one place to another. This isn't just about Tinubu. It's the same political pattern Nigeria has seen for decades. Yes, this is what other presidents have been doing, self. Right from the time of Buhari, it became what self in Tinubu's tenure. They talk about investment, but no investment arrived. MOU after MOU, but after no job creation. Summit attended, no result at home. Look, Tinubu can, if you like, let him fly around the whole world. But if his people are still hungry, homeless, and hopeless, he has failed as a president, as a leader. This is what he should know. Nigerians are tired on the streets, social media, even within political crisis circles. And the question we keep asking is this how to lead a country in crisis? Why not sit at home and fix the economic first? Why spend money? You don't have, money that we don't have. You spend it on trees that doesn't give anything. When a country is bleeding, the leader shouldn't be dancing in another land. The president shouldn't be dancing in another land. So you can see what is happening. Everybody's lamenting. Nigerians are strongly lamenting on this vacation of Tinubu, condemning him. P2B has also condemned him. So guys, I've come to the end of this live section. Do well to hit that subscribe button, like and share this video. For more information, head straight to our website. For more information, make sure you hit that subscribe button so that whenever we drop or updates like this, you'll be notified. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.